Hey, I just want to give a quick thanks to one of our sponsors at Simple Programmer, which is Dev Mountain Bootcamp. You should go check them out. The link is in the description. They are a coding bootcamp and they can teach you web development, iOS development, UX design, a lot of good stuff. I get a lot of feedback from a lot of you out there that email me and have told me about Dev Mountain, so I decided to check them out myself. And I like what I found. I like their programs. They offer some 12-week intensive programs. They also offer some after-hours programs, which I know that some of you will like. So go check them out. You can see the link in the description below, Dev Mountain Bootcamp, and a big thank you to them for sponsoring Simple Programmer. Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from SimpleProgrammer.com. So today I thought I would do a video based on something that I have been seeing a lot, and I've been trying to understand, trying to figure out why certain people that are doing a lot of work, that are working pretty hard, at least in my opinion, are not successful, at least as successful as they want to be, and even why some people who want to be successful are not, and they're not able to do the work that's required. So I have a couple of friends, acquaintances, whatnot, that have some very negative outlooks on life. And I was thinking about it because I was watching this one guy. I'm not going to call him out by name, but he's got some podcasts, he's got some YouTube channel and things like that. And he's done some things in his life where he's had moderate success, but he hasn't been able to maintain the success or to have long-term success. And and it's not just this guy, right? I don't want to personally identify him too much, just in case he's watching, because I don't want to. I don't really like to pick on people unless they deserve it. He doesn't deserve it, but maybe this message could help him or someone like him, because there's a lot of people, right? I'm not just gathering this from one person, right? So definitely I've seen a lot of people like this, and I'm not going to say, I hate to use labels and terms, but let's call these people, let's say that a lot of these people tend to have a more what we would call liberal mindset. Now, I really am the last person to put people in boxes and use labels, but people self-identify under this category, and they champion certain things like, I don't know, like constantly protesting Trump, regardless of their own benefit or not, right? I don't like to get political here again, but I'm just giving you some idea, right? Because this is, trust me, there's a reason why I'm saying this, okay? And it's not to try to influence you politically, because I could really care less what you think about politically. I care what you do, and that's sort of the point of this video. You'll see in a second here. But anyway, these people, they tend to lean that way, right? They tend to be trying to advocate women's rights and all this stuff, and all of these kind of very it seems like a really good thing, right? I think their heart is in the right place. They're trying to help people, end racism, all this stuff. But they're not really doing anything besides being loud and noisy about it, right? And marching around. They're not actually making a real dent, right? They think they're doing something by, quote, raising awareness, but they're not actually out there doing something, right? They're not actually making any real measurable impact, right? And that's kind of the thing, right? It's like, if you can't measure it, if it's not making a real impact, what are you investing so much time in? And so that sort of brings me to this point, right? Is that basically I came to this conclusion. I was running today and I was thinking about this. I think about these things a lot in my head because I want to take both sides. I want to say look, right? So because a lot of these people, right, by the way, they've influenced my mindset, right? I'm not saying that, again, I don't like to group people. I don't like to group people because I think people are dynamic, and me, myself, my own political views, if you will, it's quite dynamic, right? I don't think that you could group me into a specific category. I mean, I might lean one more direction than the other, but I have certain principles. They're my principles, and when political organizations or movements line up with my principles, then I support those things, or I'm glad for those things, and when they don't, I don't, and sometimes they don't. It's a mismatch, right? But it's not based on them, it's based on me, right? It's my principles that I've come up with through my life, through my readings, through the wisdom that I've been able to gain in my life that defines what I would align myself with, not someone comes up and says, hey, we're this part, we all believe this thing, and then so I start making this list of things that I believe because they believe those things, and I start backing that. I just want to clear that up, going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but I'm sure you'll excuse me. So, where am I getting to this? Basically, it comes down to this. Again, I was thinking about this a lot, and what I came up with was, I basically came up with this dichotomy. You can either be mad at the world, okay, and this doesn't just apply to people that are, quote, liberal, as I said, but you can either be mad at the world, okay, or you can fucking take action and do what you need to do, right? So what it really comes down to, honestly, here is not even politics at all, although I just find that certain people of certain political affiliations or that tend to lean in that direction tend to be very mad at the world, right? Angry outbursts. But you know what? To be fair, it is on both sides, because there are plenty of people that are on the other side, that are more on the conservative side, that are also mad at the world. They're always shouting crap about what the liberals are doing, right? I know a lot of these people, right? They're always like complaining about what they're doing and how they're destroying the world and how bad it is and this bullshit here and that bullshit here and that bullshit, right? And so it really does apply on both sides. But those people, what it is they're focused externally. And not only are they focused externally, right? I've talked a lot about external validation. You can check out the video here. I've talked a lot about these kind of ideas. In fact, I did a video also on why you shouldn't really follow politics, why you should just opt out of that because it's wasting your fucking time, okay? Those people tend to be really focused on that. And what ends up happening is when you have that external focus, okay? And not only is it external focus, but it's also on things you can't control. I mean, and really in reality, right, if we're gonna totally go back to a stoic view of reality, of philosophy, we have to say that really, Epictetus would probably tell us that, I know he's Epicurean, but not, but it's close enough. Anyway, he would probably tell us that everything that's outside of us, in fact, everything that isn't our spirit or our mind is outside of us, including our body, right, that we can't control, and so we can't control any of those things. All those things are really external. There's very little, only our choices and our will could we technically control, right? So everything else that when we focus on those things, it's pointless. It's like dropping drops of water into the ocean. It's not going to make a difference, right? So again, I'm not saying don't have principles. I'm not saying don't stand by principles, but what I am saying is that if your focus is, you should have the principles for you, right? Your principles should guide how you live your life and what you do, not cause you to become upset because other people aren't following your principles, right? It's sort of like when I sit at the poker table, okay? And I don't sit at the poker table very often nowadays. I got a lot of more important shit to do. But when I did, okay, and someone would complain about a fish at the table, right? That's a term we use, or a donkey, someone who is an idiot, who's making stupid plays, who's not statistically playing correctly. They're drunk, they're dumb, they're just dumb, they're impatient, whatever it is, they're on tilt. So they would sit there and complain, okay? And they would berate this person sitting at the table making stupid plays, because sometimes they get on the wrong end of the stick of that. And I would be upset about that. I'm like, how stupid are you? You've got this fish, you've got this donkey at the table. They're screwing up. They're making it so it's easier for you to make money because they're playing stupidly. And yes, sometimes their stupid play hurts you, but majority of the time it's going to help you. You'd rather have donkeys and fish sitting at the table. You'd rather have every single person be stupid making stupid plays, right? Not making smart plays all the time. You'd rather have that. Yet you're berating this person and yelling at them. And it's the same thing here when you have your principles, right? And you know that you guys listening to me that are subscribed to this channel or watching this channel, okay, you guys are smart, you're wise. At least you're on the path to it because you see something there, right? Again, it's not to brag about myself, although hey, I've done pretty well. I'm okay in the wisdom department. I think I extol some decent advice here, right? At least you're listening to me, but at least you're trying, right? So you've got principles, you've got wisdom, you know how, at least in some way, that the world works and what is going to make you successful. So if you're bitching to all the other people that aren't following your principles, it's if everyone did what they're supposed to do, life would be a whole lot harder for all of us. The fact you have an arbitrage situation, you have an edge because you know shit, and you're willing to do shit that other people aren't willing to do and they don't know, right? So if you berate people for making bad moves, that doesn't make sense. So that's what it's like. So again, I'm gonna get to where this leads in a second here, but if you think about it, right? These people that are externally focused, that are like, oh, Trump did this today. Oh, those stupid people. Oh, I can't believe you guys are so damn sexist. You're so homosexual. You need to stop it. You need to whoa, and complaining and crying and whining and about how bad the world is and how bad other people are, and trying to beat people into submission to be the kind of person you want them to be. Okay? If you're doing that, your focus is in the wrong place, because you're expending all this energy, all this emotion. You've only got so much emotional energy. Believe me, I come here and I get fucking psyched up and do a YouTube video, and it takes something out of me, right? I could use that same energy to read rants on Facebook from idiots complaining about whatever they're complaining about, other people, and that will suck as much energy from me. Believe me, it will. And if I actually write a rant, oh, forget about that. Okay. Now, some of you are saying right now, damn, John, you're a hypocrite. You're exactly doing what you just said, right? You're complaining about other people. No, hold on. I'm making a YouTube video, and I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to give you a message. I honestly don't give a shit what those people are doing, right? And some of you misunderstood this, I think, when I did that video. Do I deserve it? I think it's worth clearing this up. You can watch that video here. But I was making fun of, I wasn't really making fun of, but I was talking about some trash talk on some people who walk marathons, fat people who walk marathons. And people are, oh, it's so wrong. You don't know. You can't judge. Stop focusing on them. I'm not. I'm just using it as an example. I honestly don't give a shit, to be honest with you, if people, I don't even care if they're in my way. It's not really that big of a deal. I don't care about, I don't care if they're doing that, okay? What I care about is me and you. And when I'm making a video like that, when I'm making a video like this, I'm not trying to get you to change the world. I'm not trying to get you to go to your stupid boss who always complains about what Trump's doing and tell him, look, you are focused external. I'm not trying to get you to beat up other people. What I'm trying to get you to do, and me to do, is to realize the shit that is wrong with us, okay? Because there's shit wrong with me a lot, okay? And there's shit wrong with you, and we care about actually improving and fixing ourselves and to fix that. And sometimes the best way to do that is to make an example by showing what other people are doing. Again, there's a big difference between whining and complaining about what other people are doing, okay, and focusing on what me and you are doing, right? I'm actually trying to give you a message to help you to change you, not to change all those. I don't expect the masses of people to change, and I'm not just whining for the sake of whining. I feel like there's some real action that me and you can take here, which is we can recognize this. We can see, observing the world, and see that people that are doing this, that are externally focused, that are whining about all of this stuff that they can't control, and being all butthurt about everything that happens in the world, what they're doing, and here's where we get to the final stretch here of what I'm really trying to say here, which is this, is those people, what they're doing is they are expending their energy on the external, what they can't control, and outrage, which is an emotional drain on your emotional energy, which affects all of your energy, and they're sacrificing their drive and that energy, which could be focused on them, on what they're doing and improving themselves and getting shit done and making YouTube videos and writing blog posts and coding up freaking the next app, right? And whatever it is, or starting a business, writing a book, okay? All of those things, they could take all that energy that they're just spewing out into the world, the negative energy, honestly, because it's not helping anyone. It doesn't help anyone when I read some Facebook posts saying, hey, you anti-feminist people or whatever, you need to get yourself in check because, whatever. Oh, thanks. That uplifted me a lot. Thanks for calling me a bigot. Oh, great, I'll just fucking change that, right? And some of you are like, again, John, aren't you doing? No, I'm calling out shit because you want shit to be called out. That's why you're watching this video, and I'm calling out shit in me because I'm not gonna change other people. This you need to take this or leave it. I'm trying to. You want some help? Let's figure out how together that we can become better and we can become what we want to become by focusing on ourselves. That's the message here. So I hope you can understand that. I hope that makes sense to you and doesn't seem too hypocritical, even though I can see how it could be interpreted that way. I just want to disarm that little defense so that we can realize that, hey, this is what we got to focus on. So to sum it up, right, to get to what I'm basically saying, you and me, if we want to be successful, okay, and the reason why other people aren't possibly not successful, right? And maybe it's the reason why you're not successful, is they're focusing out on external. They're focusing on what's wrong with the world. You got to kind of be like this. You got to be like, you know what? There's a lot of fucked up shit. Man, believe me, I walk down the street in Pacific Beach here in San Diego, and I see a lot of fucked up shit. But I turn my head. I don't get involved in all the fucked up shit that's going on, okay? Right? You know, if you ever lived in a bad neighborhood, you also, I mean, it's not Pacific Beach is a bad neighborhood, but you know what I'm saying. If you lived in a bad neighborhood, you know there's a lot of shit going on. All right? Don't get involved in that shit, okay? Don't get involved in drama. There's a lot of drama queens walking around. What you got to do is you got to go and put your blinders on, and you got to focus on what you want in life and your goals and your principles, and you got to say, I am going to live my life. I am going to drive my car. I'm going to drive my road. I'm going to get to my destination. And all this shit that's going on, hey, we got a new president? Great. That's great. I don't give a shit. Let's go. oh, they're going to pass this. I don't give a shit. The news said that I should care about some random country that I hadn't heard of before until the news said I should care about it. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Oh, bad stuff is happening. Oh, and this includes gossip. Oh, did you hear what Joe did? Did you hear Joe's cheated on his wife? I'm focusing on my shit, okay? And that's the key, because you only have so much emotional energy, and if you're gonna waste it on shit that isn't important, that you can't control, that, you know, that's a waste of time. And if you are so much of a social activist, and believe me, hey, guess what? I am sort of one of those people, aren't I? Because I'm sort of a philanthropist in a way, right? And now I'm more of a capitalistic philanthropist, which means that I got to make money so that I can impact the world. But here's my point. If you are that, and that's great, I want to help people. My whole focus, like I said, if you can watch my videos, you can look up my history, and you can see that I don't have to do this shit. I could live on a beach the rest of my life with a six-figure income and be totally retired. But I'm doing this shit for a reason, because I care, because I want to make an impact on people's lives, and that's the fucking honest truth. I'm telling you right now, okay? But if you want to make some kind of change, if you want to save the whales, okay? The best way to do that is not to make messages on Facebook and to whine and cry about shit, right? The best way that you can do that is to have an uplifting message, okay? Make a lot of money, build something valuable for people, make an impact on the world, and then take that money and actually make a huge impact, use it to actually further whatever cause that you want. That's how you do things. That's how philanthropy is something that you earn. You don't start as a philanthropist. You earn that shit. Now, you look at some of the people that you can call them philanthropists or not. I would look at, there's a lot of biographies you can look at. One of them is Elon Musk, right? I read his book. I did a review on it. You can check out my book reviews and stuff here also. But I did a book review on Elon Musk's book, or his biography. He didn't write the book. But if you think about it, like he did PayPal, he did some other business before then. There was like a phone pages online, city pages or something. And then he took that money and he was able to do his whole dream is to get us to Mars. So he's like building all these companies and all this money and doing all this stuff in order to get to that. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, same thing, right? He built up Amazon to make a lot of money so he can actually go, space is his mission as well, right? That's his philanthropy. Now, Bill Gates, okay? Bill Gates didn't start out, he does awesome work, right? But he didn't start out helping get rid of, was it, I can't think, it's not malaria. Maybe it is. Anyway, he's done a lot of really good, right? And he, with the Melissa and Bill Gates Foundation, but he made a whole shit ton of money in Microsoft first, right? He wasn't preaching his thing until he did that. I mean, I could give you tons of examples and tons of examples if we go back in time, and you'll find this, right? You'll find that the biggest philanthropists, the people that actually made the biggest impact. Now, whether you agree with their values, their systems, or what they're promoting, that's up to you. But if you want to make an impact on the world, you got to focus on you. You got to be the best person that you can of yourself, of your principles, not worry what other people are doing, and go and do the thing that you can do, and not whine and cry and complain about how fucked up the world is. Recognize it's fine, right? You can in passing be like, that's some pretty fucked up shit. Whoa, I'm not gonna look over there. Let's just focus on what I got to do, and that's how you're gonna get there. All right. That's enough. I'm done with this. The topic ended, okay? If you like this video, when I say that, you gotta check out my shirt. Trust the process. If you wanna get one of these shirts, click on me or click on the box. I don't know. The click on me, it hasn't been working. So I don't know, click somewhere. They'll be in the description, whatever. Store.simpleprogrammer.com. You can get these. I'm having fun selling these shirts because it's cool. I love the shirt. All right, if you like this video, if you haven't subscribed already, you wanna hear me kick your ass, click the subscribe button. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.